What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today we just got some new Materiactor cards. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell next so you can become part of Notification Squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out these new cards. So Materiactors are actually an archetype that was released all the way back in Blazing Vortex, and really quickly to show you guys, it's actually based around these cards, which is actually really cool to see some new support for this archetype. So let's go ahead and check out and see what these new cards actually do. So first off, we have a new alligator Materiactor, which is pretty cool, and this card actually is a level 3 water dragon effect monster with 1500 attack and 1500 defense, and you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. Its first effect is you can reveal this card in your hand and discard one other card to add a level 3 normal monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand except the discarded card, then special summon this card in defense position, which is actually a really cool effect that you basically just get to summon this card out to your side of the field in a roundabout sort of way, and also search out a level 3 normal monster, which is actually really cool because there's going to be a lot of awesome targets that you can actually use with this card. For its second effect, it says quick effect, you can discard this card and then target one rank 3 XZ monster you control, and it gains 1500 attack until the end of this turn. It's a pretty good effect to give your monster a little bit of a boost so that you can basically just go in for game. It's basically just a hand trap that kind of gives it a little bit of a boost, almost like a Kalut the Moonshadow for your rank 3s, which is a pretty good effect overall to be able to give yourself a little bit of a boost. And I really like that effect about this card to basically just go in and be an extender and also be a hand trap to make your monsters get a little bit larger. We then also have another monster. This card is actually a dragon, which is really cool. I believe they're both dragon. Yeah, they're both dragons, which is really cool. And this actually is Materiactor Zeptowing. And this card actually is 0/0, which is interesting. This card is a level 3 fire dragon effect monster with 0 attack and 0 defense. And you only use the effect, first effect and second effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is if you control a Materiactor card, you can special summon this card in the hand, making it super easy in this deck, or even to use this as an engine to basically just go in for rank 3 plays. For its second effect, if this card is normal or special summon, or even flip face up, you can add a Materiactor card from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card. Then you can take a level 3 normal monster from the graveyard and either add it to your hand or special summon it, which is a pretty good effect to instantly bring this card out to your side of the field, and also help you get a level 3 normal monster to your side of the field, which is really good, but it does have to be in the graveyard, which is a pretty interesting effect to just be able to search a card, extend your plays, and just be overall one of the best cards in the entire archetype because it's so good just to be able to summon this card out to your side of the field. I love the effect on this card. It's really nice, and it doesn't even matter that it's a 0/0 because it's not going to stick around for very long because you're going to use it for rank 3 plays. We then also have a new XZ monster, and this card takes 2 level 3 monsters to be able to make this card, and this card is a water dragon XZ monster, and this card is actually really wild looking. Like, it's really wild looking. Just to show you guys all these cards, they're really wild looking and they're really cool overall. Like, this one really does look like an alligator. This one's almost like a dragon phoenix kind of thing going on, which is really neat. And we also have this one that I don't even know. It kind of looks to me like a grub a little bit, but it's kind of weird. Like, it almost looks like a grub mixed with a snake. But this card is a rank 3 water dragon XZ effect monster with 2000 attack and 2000 defense, and it has it takes 2 plus level 3 monsters, so you can use multiple level 3 monsters to make this card. And this card says that you can only use its first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. For its first effect, you can detach a material from this card, and then it has the ability that from your deck, either special summon a Materiactor monster or add a Materiactor spell or trap to your hand, which is a pretty cool effect that you can just instantly throw out a Materiactor to your side of the field. That's actually really strong to be able to instantly get a Materiactor to your side of the field, so that you can basically get another monster on your side of the field and go in for another XZ play, which is really cool. I foresee you being able to summon out cards like F-Zero in a deck that uses these, but these are going to be really nice for Phantom Knight, and maybe even like using them in like Speedroid alongside Terror Top, or being able to use them like PK Fire might be really cool as well. Like, overall, these are pretty interesting. interesting for a lot of different decks. Also, for its second effect, if your opponent no longer special summons a monster, you can add up to 2 cards attached to this card as a material to your hand, including a Materiactor card. Then, if you have a no monster in the graveyard, you can turn 1 card on the field back to the hand. That is non-targeting as well. That's actually really good. And this is actually based around Jormungandr, which is actually really cool. Exegonder. Yeah, it's actually based on Jormungandr. That's actually really cool because it's actually a snake. That's really neat. So Exegonder. Yeah, I can definitely see that. That's actually really neat because it's actually a water dragon. So it was a sea serpent before, which is actually really cool. So it's actually a really neat card overall. I really like this. It's actually going to be probably going to see a lot of play in a lot of like weird rank 3 decks, but you can also use the Materiactors as like an engine, it seems, because they don't really lock you into anything. You just have to play 1 null monster that's a level 3. There's a lot of different cool targets. You could use cards like Baby Dragon, you could use like Jerry Beansman, but you could also use the best level 3 null monster in the entire game, which is Little D. Definitely use Little D for this. So for the other cards, we do have Materiactor Meltdown, and it's actually a continuous spell card. And this card has the ability that you can only use its first effect of this card's name once per turn. I also see top 6, which is interesting already. So first effect, during your main phase, you can excavate the top 6 cards of your deck and then add 1 excavated Materiactor to your hand. Also place the rest on top of your deck in any order. Then you can add 1 attached card to your rank 3 Exi monster as a material back to your hand. That's basically just Pot of Prosperity, isn't it? That's like literally Pot of Prosperity to be able to just add one of your, like, excavate the top 6 and then be able to just add a card. But it has to be specifically a Materiactor, which is actually kind of interesting that it can't just be any card like Pot of Prosperity. It has to specifically be a Materiactor. And this card's actually really cool looking as well. I think that's actually one of the old school cards actually on the artwork. It might be the new like Exegonder, but that's really cool. This card also, for its second effect, is if your Exi monster effect is activated, you can actually attach the top card of your deck to 1 of your Materiactor Exi monsters as a material, which is a pretty cool effect to be able to just instantly attach a card to it. It would be interesting as well if they almost work like the Time Thief cards, where depending on the type of material you had, depending on the type of the effect that you could get, but it's kind of cool to be able to just basically refill your card's effects to basically get you more materials onto your Materiactor monsters so that you can basically just keep going for your plays. I do see cards like Terratop. Again, Terratop, maybe cards like Orthoscorpio and even Phantom Knight engine would be really cool with this deck. You can even build Phantom Knights with this, which would be really, really neat. For the next card, we do have a Counter Trap, and this card actually looks phenomenal. I really like the artwork of this card. This card looks really cool overall, and it's actually Materiactor Critical, and it's a Counter Trap card, and you can only use a card with this card's name once per turn. We need a lot more of that in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can only use this card's name once per turn. For its effect, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, add 1 card attached to your Materiactor Exi monster as a material back to your hand, and if you do negate the activation, then apply this effect based on the added card's type. That's pretty cool. So actually the previous card comes into contact with the next card because it does let you attach the top card to be able to attach one of your Materiactors. So that's really cool. And this card actually works with the previous continuous spell. So if you add a monster card, you place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. If you got a spell, then all Materiactor Exes currently control gain 1,000 attack, and if it was a trap, you can set the added card, which is pretty cool. That's overall really an awesome effect overall. I really like this card as a counter trap because it does use it as a negate, and then you can basically use the other effect that it gets a bonus effect depending on the material that you use, which is actually really cool. Overall, these cards are fantastic, and with the other Materiactor cards that we have, you do have another card that's just a discard a card to special summon a level 3 null monster from your hand or deck, or if you discarded a null monster to activate this effect, you can special summon a Materiactor monster instead, which is a pretty cool effect to be able to use with this. Then these are the 3 old cards that we had for the Materiactor archetype as well. We also do have another Exi monster that gains 500 attack for each card in your hand, and also you can detach a material on this card and then attach a Materiactor from your deck to this card as a material, and during your opponent's main or battle phase quick effect, you can add one of your attached cards back to your hand. And then for the other card that we also had, you can detach a material from a monster control. Then if you detach a material was sent to the graveyard, you can actually set this card to your field, which is a pretty cool effect to be able to use. But we only had these 3 cards from Blazing Vortex decks before, and then now we have all this new support for Materiactor, which is really cool. Overall, I really think this is nice support. I feel like it's more of an engine than like its own deck, but it's still pretty cool overall to be able to use these cards as just extenders to make rank 3s and go for some really cool plays, because they really don't lock you into anything. Like, they just summon themselves out to your side of the field, so you can use them in a bunch of different decks overall, because they're just water, fire, and I believe dark. Yeah, they're water, fire, and dark, which is kind of interesting to be able to use them in different stuff. And you do have a water XZ monster as well. You can even use these with the XZ armor cards as well, which would be really, really neat. But overall, these cards are really cool. I really like them. I think they're going to be used as an engine and a lot of different stuff. But definitely comment down below what you guys are going to be using as your normal monster target. I'm definitely going to be using Lil D as the normal target, because I think it's the best monster in the entire game. But you can also use cards again like Jerry Beansman, Baby Dragon, stuff like that for other materials to be able to use. But I still think it's just the best target in the entire game. It's funny to be able to actually play it in a deck. So that's going to do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely comment down below which card you're going to be using for the Materiactor cards, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.